Hey everyone, and welcome back to the back nine of round 2 of the 2021 Forsyth Decatur Open. Coverage is brought to you by Skyheiser Productions, this village of Forsyth, the city of Decatur, Decatur Disc Golf Club, and Plastic Addicts. Still leading the way is Danny Beauchamp, who has a 3-shot lead over Noah Fiveash, and then Matt Dollar and Michael Hoffman are 2 behind him. Tad Carlson jumping up into the mix there in the tie for 3rd. Nice little shot at downtown Decatur. Alright, so hole 10 will attribute to the birdie or die aspect right away. It's 294, nothing really in the way. You just want to either swing a forehand hyzer or a backhand hyzer to the basket. Looks like Noah's going to elect with the forehand to start off for us here. Moves that nice and wide. Looks like it's coming back in time. I would say that'll work just fine. Matt's following suit. Looks like he's got that a little bit high, but oh, he didn't beat the tree. In case you missed the front nine, Michael is an extremely fast player. And he also parked that hole. Alright, so it's 4 for 4 forehands on this hole. It's the second time I've said this in this round. It's pretty good.
Surprising though, I feel like a lot of players do take the backhand line, and it is a legitimate line. I feel like it's much easier to ace it with the backhand.
Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, I am a backhand and forehand player. I'd say backhand predominantly, but I definitely backhand this hole rather than forehand it. Also think I just said backhand more than anyone's ever said in one sentence. Alright, so here's Matt from, I can't think, maybe like 35 feet, 30 feet. Just cashes it.
Straight cash. You can put the dollar on it.
Corny, but acceptable.
You can always expect that from me.
That's fair, that's fair. And so Noah and Michael are both just parked here. So as they tap in their birdies, this hole averaged 2.32. I think that's our lowest average of any hole so far in this tournament.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those must-gets. It's the beginning, as locals would like to call it, the triple birdie holes.
Yeah, like birdie row or whatever you want to call it. This shot was actually featured on a Jomez post not that long ago. I think people were kind of dogging on it because the trees are in front of the tee pad, but it actually makes sense to the shot. This is a very interesting angle here too of the hole. So spike hyzer, forehand or backhand. I feel like on this one, unlike hole 10, you're going to see predominantly backhands. So as long as he pushed out and far enough, that'll be fine. Maybe a little bit of a tester putt, but not too bad.
Yeah, definitely got to make sure you push this out. It's really easy to come up short just because you can't really see it off the tee pad.
Yeah, I would agree. There's not a good focal point. Matt's shot there looks great as well. Yep.
Nice shot by Matt.
Alright, so here we go. Michael's actually thrown the forehand. I love how he kind of whips it and then walks away, or walks towards it, and he is parked. Danny's shot there looks like he needs to swing a bit. He left it a little wide. That cameraman is very brave. The thing went right over his face.
Yeah, you got to be ready at all times if you're down there as a catch can.
Ah, no, left that a little left. Looks like he rushed it. Danny took his time there and hit it dead center. That was a good putt from him. Probably just a couple steps inside the circle. Matt hopefully can do the same. No time needed, just chucks it right in there. And as Michael and Noah tap out, this hole averaged at 2.41. So a little bit harder than the previous hole, but
still a must get.
Yeah, as George was saying, down the birdie row. Because I won't even wait to let you guys know the next hole averages 2.18. So we couldn't be more musket.
Yeah, we went from 1 tree to contend with to 3 to 0 on this hole. There's no trees in the fairway.
The PDGA Live doesn't tell me the actual number of birdies, like a percentage. I mean, it tells me the percentage, but it just, so many people birdie this hole. Or I should say it gives me the strokes under par for the hole, but it doesn't give me the exact percentage. I'm assuming 80%, maybe 85% of people are birdieing this hole. As you see, it's just a little run-of-the-mill hyzer, 250. See, even Michael there, he kind of short-armed it, but he's still 20 feet. No, he's like 14 feet. You almost can do no wrong on this hole unless you turn your disc over.
Hyzers are your friend.
Yep, Danny just puts it nice and close. See if Noah can join the party there. Give us another star frame. That looks just fine as well. A little deep there. You could hear the excitement of the ace run because from the tee it was square in line. Alright, it'd be nice for him to hit this 30-footer. He's been rushing him a bit. At this time too, Noah was very fresh put on Gateway. That's a little high. I'm pretty sure this is his first tournament with Gateway, to be exact. So here we have Michael, relatively short putt. There we go, nice putt from Michael. Now he's going to tap in for his par.
Pretty straightforward. Can't really expect much less out of these players.
Nope. Just doing what you should do on a course like this. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, though.
Yeah, it's just one more mental obstacle. Knowing that you feel like you have to get this to be competitive and doing so.
So now we're on a 418-foot hole that's downhill. Big arms will elect to throw the wide hyzer for the righties, and if you don't have quite as big of an arm, you'll want to flex something up the middle.
I'm taking the middle gap, kind of flexing the shot out to the right, and a fade back. Doesn't quite fade enough.
Yeah, he landed on one of those old golf greens, or golf tees rather. Oh, Michael's on the forehand. It's an interesting shot there. Almost pushes it hard enough. He'll have a long putt.
Danny taking the more conventional power hyzer out to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it has a good shot at getting back here. That's a great shot.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
So Noah also has a big arm. Looks like he's going to take it out to the right. Played with him a couple times this year. He definitely has some sneaky power in him.
Yeah, he definitely let this one hang out.
That was a good shot as well.
Yeah, just deep.
Actually, the tree might have even stopped from going deeper, but... So Matt's left with a very low ceiling putt here, and hey, kind of laughs, so it seems like a left to right. He just confirmed that. Get a little crafty with it. That should be a par. I feel like the wind on this green, this is one of the windiest greens out there. Because you're right down that road from the lake. Michael gives it a really nice run from about 40. As you can tell, it's very hot during this round. Noah's literally wearing his chalk bag. He just left it a little low. He's having those putting woes, or not necessarily woes. His confidence in his putts are not there right now. We spoke a bit earlier about how these baskets kind of can intimidate you and make you putt a little more passive, as Danny just fires one in there from about 20 feet.
Nice putt by Devo. That's a good two.
Yeah, I agree. Danny's been playing very solid this whole tournament.
Shout out my boy Chappie.
It's his boy Chappie.
That's what he said.
I Maybe it's Kyle Chapman. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong on that and airballed it, Danny, I'm sorry, but that's just my guess. If it is him, he's the 2012 Bowling Green Amateur Champion, I believe. Here we are on hole 14, 302 feet. The drone is flying you through the middle. However, I believe most players will go over the top. This is one where it's better to have a sketchy putt and just be over the woods than it is to be in the woods and have a sketchy upshot. So
Yeah, and you're also running the risk going over the top of going long of the
I think
basket.
Danny's just going straight up the middle, actually. He is.
Yeah, throwing a little touch, hyzer flip to flat.
That's a beautiful shot. You don't see too often.
It's to sit, and he does something.
Yeah, I'd say he landed there in a similar spot as you would to throwing a hyzer over the top right, which I'm assuming at least two of these people will do. And Matt's looking up the hyzer right now. That's cool to see Danny do that, because I've seen a lot of people through this hole and it's not common. So Matt's throwing the normal shot here. He left it just a little bit short and left.
Michael utilizing the gravity shirt and hoping gravity will work in his favor on this shot.
Real knee slapper. But yeah, he actually elected to go through the middle too. It looks like gravity actually hit him a little hard there and made him fade out. Now I would imagine Noah is going to give us a wide high hyzer.
Yeah, gotta flex that power when he got it.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's coming in nicely.
Oh, hits right next to the basket.
And he probably has no idea until this moment that it was just landing a foot away from being just absolutely parked. It took a weird little roll on him there. So here you can see what I was talking about with being in the woods short. You have some little gaps to manufacture shots, but if you leave yourself short on this hole, the green is very scary. So you're going to have just a really sketchy putt if you don't get all the way to the basket. Look at that upshot. It was a fantastic scramble.
Yeah, when you see the disc here get up on edge, you immediately think it's going to roll down the hill, but luckily enough, it sat. Great
Yeah,
shot.
you almost have to hold your breath for a second. Let's see if Dollar can spin one in here from downtown. Oh, that would have been an amazing putt. If I remember correctly, at this point in the round, the wind was actually starting to become a big factor. Let's see if Danny can capitalize from his very nice drive.
Maybe just a little bit short.
Yeah, like I said, I believe there's a headwind coming over that hill.
Yeah, that putt is a lot more downhill than the camera makes it seem.
Uphill.
Uphill,
Yeah.
rather.
He's downhill, whichever way you want to look at it. Oh my goodness, the disrespect from the baskets are still hitting Noah hard. I mean, the bad thing about this course is if you get stuck in a bad putting day, you're literally going to be putting on every hole, so it's going to be a hard mountain to climb. I'm sure everyone's had those days. And then if you get mad and try to throw it in harder, you're almost going to just spit out here and there. As Danny gives Michael Nux for that par save. This hole actually averaged just a touch under par. So hole 15 is a very interesting hole. It's super tight here. There's a Mando on the big tree about halfway down the hill. There's some interesting gaps here. I hope someone throws the really high local route forehand up to the left above the camera here. But most people are going to throw a little turnover backhand. That's perfect from Danny.
Yeah, just putting on a clinic there, really showing you the intended line for the hole and just smashing the line.
Matt leaves that a little wide. They like to trickle through. Looks like he might be in the edge. It's hard to tell. I didn't think Michael would go back on this hole. I really didn't. You can flick it above that branch at about 11 o'clock on your screen and have good success. Looks like
Yeah,
he just
another factor of this hole is when you're throwing that backhand, you kind of got a goofy run up because the tee pad's
Yeah.
kind of moved in an awkward direction. Doesn't really matter for the forehand near as much, just because of the way you are. Backhand, you're kind of fighting against yourself going downhill.
Noah made that forehand look easy. He just had a little too much steam coming down the hill. And it's hard to tell. This basket's actually on like a spine too. You can kind of see it from this angle. So anything to the left there is perceptive for roll away.
Michael, knowing that, just lays up right on top.
Matt looks like he's a little bit in the woods here. Par will be plenty acceptable from this spot. Just throwing a little Annie forehand. I think got a little overstable. You threw an envy there. Slow speed overstable. Nice look at that. Alright, so Noah here for another chance at a putt. There you go. He sticks that one in.
Yep, finally got one to stick. Gotta be feeling good about that.
Yeah, and you know, he's fought. I guess that'll put him 6 down for the round, so he's fighting. Matt there with the signature quick little throw in. Trying to decide who's out. And Danny's going to get another situation where he does not have to putt until last. I'll move him to 9 down for the round.
It's always nice whenever you can tap out your birdie and not have to mark your lie.
Oh, for sure. All right, hole 16 is 315. It kind of plays uphill, and then there's like a false front to the green. Not necessarily a false front. The fairway just drops out, and you get to the green a lot quicker than you think you would. So the key on this one is just clearing that first hill and staying under the branches.
Yeah, if you keep this left, it has a tendency to go over kind of the ravine that falls out, and making it to the side of the hill of the basket.
Danny's a little tight, but it's popping. And that will work. I guess he's probably 30 feet from there, looking straight up the hill at it.
Yeah, I'd say the majority of players are going to be taking somewhat of a fairway driver, kind of getting a straight shot. There's not really a hyzer, not really a forehand. You just kind of got to punch it through this little hole.
Oh no, left it a little high, but at least it kicked down in the fairway. Alright, Matt here, I'm assuming he has some type of fairway driver. Looked a little high, but he got away with it. Oh, great shot.
Great shot.
Alright, Michael last year on the tee.
Taking his time thinking about this one. Down off the wind.
Yeah, and once you clear that that last darker tree in the middle there, the wind really starts ripping because the woods are guarding you the whole time. You don't really feel them. So that one he turns over a little bit and just lands over in the tall stuff, but not out of bounds. All right, that was a decent upshot there. Leave him with a little putt, not too much though.
Oh, nice.
That was
Gets
amazing.
the nubs to knock him down into the basket.
You don't see that too often. It's almost like he was nose up and the nubs like pushed him down, but his disc didn't rotate or flip rather.
No chains, no problem.
So here's Danny to see if he can follow suit. Beautiful putt from Danny. Not surprised he hit left there. I feel like most people pull those putts to the right, so left is like your safe aiming spot. Either way in the basket, beautifully from Danny there. Let's see if Noah can focus.
Yeah.
There we go. That stroke looked a lot better.
Starting to pick it up here towards the end. He's really starting to feel his putt a little bit. Kind of running out of holes to really put together the round he wanted, but still hanging in.
Yeah, there's Dollar with a nice birdie. 3 birdies in that hole. One of them was from triple the distance of the other 2 combined. Alright, so 17 here is a power hyzer's dream. If you have the arm, you can just throw over this dead tree. This basket is probably the sketchiest one to putt on the whole course, or the green rather. You're essentially on a giant hill, rolls away on every side. The best thing you can do for yourself is to land on top. I'll see if Danny does it. He attacks over the tree. So that shot just came in a little low. You really have to pound the disc over the top of the tree. Assuming Dollar tries some kind of flex here.
Kind of looks like a little hyzer flip that didn't quite flip.
Yeah, and that might leave him with a little bit of a scary approach shot. We'll see. Nothing he can't handle, though. What if Michael go with the forehand or the backhand? I think he's going to go with the forehand flex shot. Nope, backhand. He wants something a little flippier, though. He's going to get the distance. Yeah, and that should be... I mean, I'd say an easy decision, but he just made a long putt. He might go for another one. And I do expect Noah to get on the green in this hole.
Goes as high over the tree.
That looks perfect. Yeah, that was a good shot. Just a touch short. Either way, though, that was a great play. And Matt's not as bad as we thought. He popped through the tree. Oh, don't do that.
Just like Gary said, rollaway is a real problem on this hole.
Yeah, that stinks because he didn't even do anything wrong there. It just popped over off landing and hyzer and rolled away. This would be a huge putt from Danny.
Go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well into
putt,
circle too.
Great spin off his hand. Definitely seems to be on target. Great putt.
Yeah, those are ones if you leave short and they hit the cage and they almost, kind of what happened to Matt will happen to you the other way around. Just roll right back at you. See if you can make a huge par save here. Oh, just a little bit high and right. Concept was great. Alright, so Michael here looks like he's putting into a straight headwind. Man, the nose was up too. It looked like a good putt. Alright, let's see if Noah can get us another birdie on the card. He's made his last 2 putts. Still taking his time, trusting his system. Oh, scraped it in, but you know what? It counts. It's a great birdie from him and Danny on that hole. Fortunately, a bogey from Matt and a par from Michael. Looks like the average on this hole is 2.91. So not a ton of birdies. It looks like we had 6 of them. So we saw a third of them on this card. And just a fair amount of bogeys on that one. So 18 is 357. You can do a backhand turnover, maybe mid-range or fairway driver, depending on how hard you'd like to throw, or a forehand. You're kind of aiming something at that parking lot and letting it draw in to the right, or where that camera guy's at right now. If you can push it at him and turn over the backhand, or flick it at him and hyzer, you're going to have a good look.
Yeah, important to know that the path is inbounds and that the parking lot is out of bounds.
Yep. Danny got a little bit too turned over there. It looks like it had the distance to get to the hole, but just caught the woods and popped out. Noah's probably going to go with the more traditional route here. Oh, he just leaves it a little low. All right, Michael's shot there looks a little better. There we go. Push down. Yeah, that'll give him just a little outside the circle putt, I'd say. It's going to be pretty close to circle's edge. I'm assuming Dollar's throwing in mid here. Just leaves it a little low. Nothing's wrong with that. This hole and hole number 1 are both kind of those holes where you don't feel bad for taking a par. Snow has a patent pending shot. Looks like he left it a little wide. Did he put enough angle on it? Not quite.
Danny potentially looking to finish out his round in style.
Yeah, if he spun this in, it would be nuts. Oh, he left himself with a little bit of a putt there when the wind's starting to pick up. He He should be good for it, though. He's been hitting them all tournament. I bet Dollar tries to spin this in a little bit. Alright, just lays it up there nice and close, rather. Michael with our last chance at a 2 on this hole. Ah, just a little bit short left on that one.
Noah looking for the par save. And he hits it to finish the round. It's a great putt, great scramble.
Yeah, he made his last 4 putts. That's good to see. Nice spot from Danny there.
Another great round from Danny. Really showing his consistency.
Michael's in, and Dollar's going to tap in as well. And this hole averaged 0.03 below par. So pretty much right at par. Alright guys, so that was round 2. See, Danny shot another hot round at 10:30. And the other guys all shot 983, 7 downs. So I believe that'll give Danny a 7-shot lead? 6-shot lead. Over Noah, Tad's joining the lead card, and Michael will be staying as well. See some new names in the top 7 there. Got Cameron back up there, and Michael Clark popping in. Thanks again for tuning in to our round 2 back 9 coverage of the 2021 Forsyth Decatur Open, and we look forward to seeing you in round